I do for you, Ron? You just tell me, what can I do for you?
It's a very personal, very important thing. Hell, it's a family motto. Are you ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Here it is. Show me the money.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown the sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy. I'm illy. I've been on the come up, counting money till my thumbs hurt. No Birdman, bitch, but I'm a stunner. Just watch how you run up. I keep a couple gunners. I've been grinding all winter just to flex all over summer shit. Wrist cold when I fall through. Rose go to my arm, boo. In and out of my city, but come whenever I call you. Who gon' love me more than when I'm stacking out on tour? Them hoes that made it past security, they knocking on my door. You gon' be there when they gone. Show my love by getting more. Hustle so you ain't alone. You won't leave me, that's for sure. I'm talking Benjis, Franklin's, all these hundos on my floor. I just broke a couple bands, believe me, I've been going hard. I'm tipping bottle after bottle, swerving model after model. Who won't cash? That's the motto. Spend it like I hit the lotto. Yeah, I'm loving my life. I know that I ain't shit without you. Actions speak louder than words. They broke cause they just talk about you, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown the sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy. I'm illy. Money bag after money bag, I'm the man now. Play the cards that I was dealt and I ain't need no handouts. Fresh on every set, give respect, mama out of debt. Got a new connect, we the best, homie run the check. Wifey got a new bag, new house, you mad? We just doing us, feeling wavy, fuck a do-rag. This that no stress flow, bobbing on my ex. You don't love cash, kiss my ass, baby XO. Thank you for that line, Mr. West, but I'm next though. Hey, you meet a sad bitch, I'm blessed, sipping XO. For the love of money, I stay fucking hungry. I parted ways with the kitchen, that just wasn't for me. Every show they love me, now I'm showing love back. They ain't taking nothing from me, so I throw a couple stacks. You when I'm in your town, have some fun, blow a bag. Fuck with me when I'm around, trust me, shorty, I'll be back, huh? I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown the sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag. Now count up, count up, count up, count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy. I'm illy.
Yay. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Alphabets Football Show. I'm your host, Marcus the Alphabets, where we take you in about an hour and a half journey to discuss our favorite sport in the whole wide world, which is football. But first things first, I'd like to introduce my lovely co-host. I call her Miss Bruce Willis because she's diehard. With that diehard shirt she got on there. That's a real nice shirt you got on there, Mona.
Yeah, check my shirt out.
What?
This is from the 915 Steelers fan club and bar. And
Right.
it's not in El Paso, is it?
Yeah, that's our zip code, 915. Yeah.
El Paso, Texas.
El Paso, Texas.
I mean, he did a great job. I love it. Got my name. He could have put Die Hard. I would have been happy with that. You gave me that nickname, so you know.
Right. If y'all need anything like that, let me know. Shout out to Ben Avila, president of the 915 Steelers fan club. He they've actually got a store. Him and his wife Melissa. Shout out to his wife Melissa. They have a store and they got all kind of sports memorabilia up in there. You can buy everything, anything with your favorite sports team. They can do it. They make T-shirts, they make hats, they make everything. So it's pretty nice. So he made that Steelers special there for Mona. So that's real. I might have to. I ain't a Steelers fan, but I kind of like that. I kind of like it.
I tell you.
Real soft. I be telling people them Gildan shirts, and he used them. I love Gildan. Like with this is a Gildan too. When I was making these, so thanks to everybody for giving me a happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to all my vets out there. Mona, thanks for the shout out at the beginning of the show. Special shout out to my guys, people that I actually serve with, Brad White, Tito, Lamir, Flectron, Dustin Davis, and just numerous other people that I serve with, out in the desert, out in the bush. I appreciate y'all, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But let's get to some news and notes. Look, I want to say something before we get started. Today, we're going to break. I love breaking down film. Today, me and Ramona, we're going to break down some film. We're going to break down some stuff. Because I know sometimes some of y'all are like, man, Marcus is just talking. Marcus don't know what the hell he's talking about. Marcus is a hater. He's not guys, I watch a lot of football. I watch a lot of film. I think I've gotten you to watch a little bit more film, Mona.
Oh, yeah.
Watch things a little bit more meticulously. I challenge everybody out there with your favorite team. Don't just look.
But now you got to understand, even before I met you, I watched a lot of film.
Film, though, where you sit and you watch the intricate details of the game.
Why do you think I know defense as well as I do?
I got you. But I'm talking about intricate stuff like a NASCAR defense, where you start breaking things down. There's so many assets of the game: a 3-4, a 4-3, a 2-5, a 2-3-6.
I told you I can't play Madden worth nothing. I absolutely suck. But now, if you want to play me in ice hockey,
I got you. So just watch some of the game, and when I'm saying certain stuff, I'm going to start giving y'all some film now. So when I'm saying stuff, because sometimes I say stuff, you're like, oh no. People got mad. I called Gabe Davis a boomer bust. People got mad when I said that. When I was talking about a certain running back that a certain team picked up, and I said that's not what you needed, people got mad. So at the trade deadline, you want to start getting little pieces. You want to start getting little pieces that kind of put you over the top. You see a guy like Roquan Smith go to the Ravens. You see a guy like Robert Quinn go to the Eagles. Stuff like that. Little last minute things. Odell Beckham Jr. last year going to the Rams. Little stuff like that at the trade deadline. That could be the thing that boosts you over the.
You know what? I still say to this day, if OBJ doesn't get injured in that Super Bowl is not even close, because they had no answer.
No answer for him. So
Eli Apple would have still been out there looking for his
getting cooked, getting straight up cooked. So,
but after he left, I give it to him. He was actually able to do some pretty good coverage once OBJ was gone.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, he wasn't getting cooked no more. He wasn't getting barbecued in front of everybody. But he still gave up 2 touchdowns to Cooper Kupp anyway. So Cooper Kupp got him too. So
I think so too, Dalton. I think that if OBJ doesn't get injured and out of the game, he is your Super Bowl MVP.
No doubt about it. So please like and share the show. Alphabet Football Show. Rise up, family. Like to hear. Here we go. Last night we had another exhilarating Thursday night game that just
I called that game right. So
you did. It was still a boring ass game though, but yeah, we did.
Well, Dante Foreman made it not quite so boring.
Well, I have him on 2 of my fantasy teams, so I was quite pleased with it. I thought that the Falcons Travis Henry. Is it Travis Henry? My guy, Travis Henry. Travis Henry. Like I said before, when you're right, when I'm wrong, I'll be right here and I'll be a pot. But when your team gets cooked and Marcus Mariota's trying to throw a ball while he's laying on his back, I need you right here. I need you right here. I got a slide for you later on that's going to really piss you off because Dr. Foreman was on your team last year, and y'all cut him. The guy who's had 4 touchdowns on you the past 2 times y'all done seen each other.
My slide away, thank you.
Did I?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay. So, so last night we had the Falcons and
tag Travis Henry.
Oh yeah, I need you right here. Falcons, Panthers last night. 25-15. Mona, you saw the game. You called it. We did our picks at the last minute. I thought maybe the Falcons.
No, I didn't do my pick the last minute. I told you yesterday morning I was taking care of it.
You did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
And I also did in Sports Cruise, and I got a little check mark, from Chuck, and a couple people who were laughing, and I was like, "Who's laughing now, baby?"
So you watched the game. We both watched the game. What did you see with the game? Anything stand out to you? What stood out to you, Mona?
There are still some really good key players on the Panthers. Look, I understand not rolling over and just losing games, but they weren't winning some of these games. They would have a higher draft pick. Just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, they still have some really good, intricate pieces on that team. I think that probably their first pick in the 2023 draft should be a quarterback.
Yeah, they're kind of in a bad situation because they drafted a quarterback, but he's on IR. Matt Corral. But does Matt Corral make you not want to pick CJ Stroud if you got the opportunity to pick him? Because I think the first 2 or 3 picks in the draft are going to be quarterbacks, and I think right now
Bryce Young and listen, everybody knows I am a Bama fan, but I am not sold on Bryce Young.
Yeah, I think this quarterback draft is way better than the one from last year. So I think you'll see teams moving up. I think right now as it stands, I think we got to slide forward. Right now as it stands, the Houston Texans would have the first pick. I think Carolina has picked 2.
Right now we're at number 4.
You're at 4. And I think Kenny Pickett is the future of your team. So that gives you a lot of flexibility to maybe even move back and pick up some more picks because you're going to have teams moving up
to try and get one of those top
into the top 5 trying to get quarterback. So that's really a good thing for you, But do you keep winning? Do you keep winning where you fall back? Or do you just say, if you're not going to the playoffs, why go up there and try to why try to win a whole bunch of games? So, it's a tough dilemma. Do you sit up there and do you try to win games? Or do you try to sit back and tank? So right. What I saw last night, Donta Foreman, beast. Dwayne Brown, beast. Brian Burns, beast. They got
I think some of your fans have to be saying McCaffrey who? Of course, they were saying that before they actually traded him. They so often.
Well, the thing with McCaffrey is I believe they were using him wrong. They were trying to run him like they ran Donta Foreman last night. Donta Foreman is 230 pounds.
Yeah.
So he can't
run him like that.
Him and Chubba Hubbard.
The Titans knew they could run him like that.
Yeah. And then you got Chubba Hubbard too.
The Falcons got him, and then the Falcons let him go.
Yeah. So he fits their system more, and McCaffrey fits the 49ers system more. So it really is kind of working out because McCaffrey's not a in between the tackles bruiser. He's a space back. Like Naheem Hines. But anyways, you don't want to put a guy like that and just keep running him, because if you do, he's going to break. So here's your week 10 buys. Here's your week 10 buys. Jets, Bengals, Patriots, Ravens. So yeah, this is, last week we had 6 teams on the bye. So I'll be glad when these damn buys are over, because it's really hard in fantasy football. So all those people out there, that's no Jets defense, no Jamar Chase, no Joe Mixon, no T. Higgins, no Joe Burrow, no Lamar Jackson, no Ramondre Stevenson, no New England Patriots defense. So good luck with that. News and notes. What do we got first here? So as y'all all know, Frank Reich, former head coach of the Indianapolis Colts, he got fired.
Soon to be the new OC of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
See, don't say that. That's speculation, but there is a lot.
Pure speculation, but there are a lot of rumors.
There's a lot of rumors. So, Steelers aren't the ones that make in-season moves. They're not really the ones.
What, though? Frank's already getting paid for this season, even though he was fired. He's already getting paid. So, go home, kick your feet up, watch, what talent is on that offense, and, start making plans for a better offensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers next year.
Yeah. So, I think he could be a really good role model for Kenny Pickett, but it's probably going to be at the end of the year, because the Steelers, that's just not the way they conduct business.
They just don't.
So, we'll see how that goes.
All of you out there who keep saying Mike Tomlin needs to be fired, Tomlin is not going anywhere, because guess what? The Rooneys and the Steelers organization do not fire head coaches. Now, I think that the next head coach is on the staff already? Yes, I do. I think that Brian Flores will eventually be our new head coach whenever Tomlin decides to retire.
Yeah. It's just a well-run organization. So we'll see how that works out. And right after he got fired, former Colts center, Jeff Saturday, was hired as the interim coach, and there's been a lot of back and forth with that. And
I feel like that out of the two that's on the staff that could possibly have been head coaches, I just don't think they have any faith in them. I think they made him interim, and I think that they did that so they didn't give any false hopes, because they were going to be shopping for a new head coach at the end of the season.
And there's going to be a lot of look. I like it in a way, and I dislike it in a way. Here's how I do like it. They do it all the time in basketball. You see a guy like Steve Nash. As soon as he retires, no coaching experience, he gets hired. You see a guy like Jason Kidd is a player. Next thing you know, he's a coach. Avery Johnson, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. I like that, because I believe when you play at that type of level, that you know so much about the game. I think Kobe Bryant would have been a good basketball coach. I think Tony Romo would have been a good coach. I think Tony Romo would be a hell of a coach.
But I don't think that he's going to leave his cushy job, making the kind of money he makes, to be a head coach.
$14 million a year. I get to play golf every day.
Like men.
Yeah, I get to play golf every day. I get to see my family. I don't have people sending me hate mail because I played bad. They might say I suck as a broadcaster, but I can sit here and I can do this for the rest of my life. So I like it for the fact that I wish that they would do that more. I think that there are several players out there. Luke Kuechly, former linebacker for the Panthers. I think he would have been a good coach. So I like that, and I hope that people start doing. I think Deion Sanders, as soon as he quit, I think he could have been. You see what he's doing. He's the coach at Jackson State.
Right.
But here's the bad part. Rooney Rule. You had a guy like Reggie Wayne, Hall of Famer, sitting on the staff already with the Colts, who doesn't even get any consideration. And when you have minority coaches,
now I have a question.
Okay,
is there any proof that Reggie Wayne actually wanted to be a head coach? Because I really think that Eric Bieniemy doesn't want a head coaching job.
I think Eric Bieniemy does want a head coaching job, and I think people keep passing him over because a lot of people look at him and they say, "Oh, it's all Andy Reid." I think that's what it is, because Andy
or he's just holding out until Andy Reid retires. Because Andy, let's just keep it a buck. He's kind of long in the tooth.
He is. He's probably
starting to really look old on the sideline.
Late 60s, and it's just not something. It's just not something that you can do forever. Bill Belichick looks old as hell, so that's the only thing. I think there still needs to be a process where young minority coach. We have 5 minority coaches in the NFL out of 32 teams. You're not going to sit up here and tell me that there aren't people qualified, young, Black, Hispanic, Asian coaches, female, maybe a female. We have a female coach one day in the NFL. They're not qualified. And they don't even get an opportunity. I think it's Tomlin, Saleh, McDaniel from the Dolphins, and Ron Rivera. That's it. And the interim coach with the Panthers now, Steve Wilkes. So 5 or 6 coaches out of 32 coaches. You're just not going to tell me that there's not people out there qualified to do it. So take that how you will. Matthew Stafford in concussion protocol. He had a limited practice today. We'll see how that goes. I think he'll be probably a game time decision. If not, then John Wolford will play. So we'll see how that goes. What we got next? Josh Allen, big. We saw the shot he took. We saw the shot. He's second to last play of the game, and I posted something in the Rise Up family, and I posted something, in the Alphabets football group, and I'm like, y'all gotta stop running. Marcus, he wasn't even running when he got hurt. So you know what I did? Me being the guy that I am, I put together a montage. Well, Ramona put together a montage, and we want to show y'all some things here. Because when Marcus says stuff sometimes, it's just Marcus hating. And I'm doing this for a reason, because there's a certain fan base that says that I'm hating on this guy. I understand he was not, when he injured his elbow, it was not from him running. But I want to show you the cumulative effects of all the punishment he takes in the game. Now, right now, the Bills are like 60-40, okay? Now, this is the guy here that y'all say should be the MVP. First off, why are you throwing the ball at the 17-yard line? Okay? Now, he fumbles the ball here. Get down! Get down! Get down! What? That's another one.
I understood he was wanting to pick up a few more yards.
Slide!
When
Slide!
you fumble the ball like that, drop on the ball, play over, and live to
fight another day. Live to fight another day. So that was the fake punt, right?
Yep, that was
the fake punt. Now, you see right here, the punishment that he's taking because you're a pass-happy team and he's getting hit on top of the running that you have him doing. Now, here's another one here. This is your guy you all say that was the front runner for the MVP. Gabe Davis, non-existent, boom or bust, 3 for 17 or 3 for 171. More punishment, taking unnecessary hits. Right here, getting ran down by first-round pick Jermaine Johnson, Florida State. You got to get some type of running game. You got to get, and this is where he gets injured and fumbles the ball. Now, right now, the Bills are 60-40. That looks really bad. Like when I went, I was like, that looks painful. Now the thing is, he comes back on this play here. I believe this was the last
pass. Yeah,
this is like a 60-yard bomb. So obviously he's not, he's still able to throw the ball. But I pulled this out not to condemn the guy. You've got to get some type of running game. So I got a question for you, Mon. I didn't ask you this before. Who has the worst running back room in the AFC East? Let me ask you. Let me break it down for you even further. Okay.
Okay.
Would you rather have Devin Singletary and Naheem Hines and James Cook, or would you rather have Ramondre Stevenson and Damian Harris?
Stevenson and Harris.
Would you rather have Would you rather have James Cook, Devin Singletary, and Naheem Hines, or Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr.?
I want Mostert. Even though I do think he has problems staying healthy, I think that there's a lot you can do with those two.
Okay.
But you got to understand, too, I like quick, I like fast, and I like workhorse backs.
Okay. And last but not least, would you rather have Devin Singletary, James Cook, and Naheem Hines, or Breece Hall and Michael Carter?
And the new kid that they just picked, Robinson.
And James Robinson, who's an 1,100-yard rusher with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Three of the cities.
I think that if Robinson went to Buffalo, he made a difference.
And he could have been had for a 5th-round pick. Now, here's the other thing you got to understand. 3 out of 4 of the teams in the AFC East are cold weather teams.
Yep.
New York Jets. It's cold over there, right?
Yep.
New England Patriots. It gets real cold in Foxborough, don't it? And Buffalo, New York, it gets cold over there.
That's the reason why, as much as they, love Tom Brady and what have you, they always had a good running game for that fourth quarter.
You got to. It's cold. The first game between the Bills
and the cold weather teams actually have a steady workhorse back.
Every team in the AFC North is a cold weather team. Every single one of them. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincinnati, all cold weather cities. Look at the backs in those divisions. Joe Mixon, Najee Harris, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, and J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, and Kenyon Drake, and Justice Hill, and Lamar Jackson, who run for 100 on you too. Do you see what I'm saying here? So when Marcus was saying you don't need Naheem Hines, and everybody, Marcus, guys, Naheem Hines is a good player. You already have running backs just like him. You did not need another 190-pound pass catching back.
It says we get it. You
get it. What I need you to do is rise up. And whenever I'm saying it in chat rooms and people are like, I'm hating, I'm saying it for a reason. And also with the running game, it preserves your quarterback where he's not out there running and taking extra punishment.
Design plays for your quarterback.
When you're running now, Mona, do you have the play where Josh Allen, the 56-yard scramble? Do you have that? Did we have that? The touchdown run that Josh Allen had, the 56-yard run? I thought we had that. But that's the exhilarating part of him. That's the exhilarating part of him where he makes plays like that. But you cannot, and I'm going to keep pounding on the table with it. And I'm also going to show y'all a slide here of free agent running backs next year that you might want to go pick up instead of sticking with Devin Singletary. I think Devin Singletary's a free agent next year. But you might want to go pick up a Josh Jacobs. You might want to go pick up Tony Pollard. You might want to go pick up one of those guys because your running back room, you have the worst running back room in the AFC East. here we're talking about the draft order.
If the season
if it started today, if we started today, this is what it would be. Now, there's a lot of questions that would need to be answered. And the Texans, do you believe in Davis Mills? Do you believe in Davis Mills? You know what I'm saying? That determines how about this? Would Davis Mills prevent you from getting CJ Stroud? Would you say what? You see what I'm saying? So yeah. there's they might need a quarterback. The Panthers need a quarterback. The Raiders, I think y'all need a quarterback because I think Derek Carr sucks. I've been saying that for years, and I think this year we finally got it. You've given him everything. Mona, is Josh Jacobs in the top 5 rushing? We do the top 5 top 5 leading rushers every week, right? Is Josh Jacobs in there?
Yeah, he's number 5, I think, isn't he?
He's in there. And you got probably the best the best wide receiver right now, a top 3 wide receiver, and you can't get him.
Could have had Hunt for a 4th. That infuriates him. But honestly, I actually think the Cleveland Browns kind of backed out of getting rid of Hunt.
They like him because the Cleveland Browns, they think once they get Deshaun Watson back, their thinking is if we can weather this storm with Jacoby Brissett going into the playoffs. And we get a home game where we got to go.
They don't get rid of Jacoby Brissett because I look at it this way: you don't know what kind of quarterback you're going to get.
Yeah, but what they're thinking is we don't give a damn. What we'll do? Did you see what the Browns did to the Bengals the other day? Did you see what they did to them? And what it wasn't the quarter. Okay.
Time out.
Okay.
Division game.
Got you.
No. It's different. AFC North division games.
Got you.
They're always
ran the ball down. They ran the ball down. They ran the ball down the Bengals' throat. You see them twice a year. You know what they're trying to do.
The defense attacked the hell out of their offensive line and Joe Burrow.
Got you. But I'm saying, is that a formula that can work in the playoffs?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Deshaun Watson doesn't have to be Deshaun Watson prime Houston Texans. He had hand the ball off 30 times to Nick Chubb, hand it off another 12 times to Kareem Hunt, make 3 or 4 plays on Amari Cooper, play good defense, let Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney get after people. You can win in the playoffs with that. So they're saying to themselves, we got a nice 1-2 punch. Maybe we don't want to give up this guy quite yet. Right. That's what they're thinking. So what do we got next here? So, like I was saying, you're welcome. All of you teams out there that need a running back next year, here you go. Buffalo Bills, here you go. Saquon Barkley, Miles Sanders, Tony Pollard, Josh Jacobs,
Damian
Harris, David Montgomery, Penny. I don't know if I want Penny. Alexander Madison, Kareem Hunt. I don't know if I want Henderson and Jamal Williams. There's some pretty nice backs on there. Pretty nice back. I don't know if Barkley makes it out now. I think the Giants now. I think
they're going to sign him.
I think the Giants are going to re-sign him now. Now there was some question because I mean he's in a contract year though, and you see he's balling out. I have him as my comeback player between him and Geno Smith, maybe comeback player of the year. So
I think you got to wait and see what Geno Smith does with Seattle. I think you're going to have to wait to the end of the season to see where Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks are.
Yeah, but that's a pretty nice list.
They're balling right now. Nobody can deny that.
What's that?
They're balling right now.
Seattle. Oh yeah, no doubt. So here's some of those guys. Mona, you over there, Mona. Look at that smile, boy. You see. Well, you talk about turning a frown.
I just want to go over there and hug him and pat him on his shoulder and say, "It's all right, TJ. You're back this weekend, baby." Sorry, Dalton. He's coming back against your Saints.
So he's back. It shows you. People say one player.
We are 1-10 without him in the game.
when you have a generational pass rusher, and
I had to kind of decorate that slide, you know.
So he will be back. He will be back. It's going to be nice to see him and Alex Highsmith, your 1-2 punch over there, and start getting after people.
He needed to quit playing with such intensity. I'm like, dude, that's what makes him who he is. Yeah. He does not know how to play without being intense.
Yeah, he has one gear. One year, all out. So welcome back, TJ Watt. I love watching him. I love watching him play. I really do. So welcome back. What we got next? I put this out there because I like the show.
Well, you didn't tell me to put this in, but I did because of the matchup this weekend.
Yes, but I would say usually in trades, one team wins and the other one loses. I think it's fair to say.
I love the way the media is trying to say that Stephon Diggs has been running his mouth, because Stephon Diggs has not been running his mouth.
Yeah.
He really hasn't. And he actually is looking forward to seeing some of his friends who are still playing for the Minnesota Vikings.
Well, he played with Kirk Cousins and a lot of those guys over there. So, he was traded. It's not like he just up and left.
And I call this a pretty even trade. I mean,
it's an even trade. You got a young 23-year-old wide receiver who's top three wide receiver, top 4 wide receiver. You got a 29-year-old who's,
and the way he's playing, it just makes you wonder. I can't help but think, because I just don't like Kirk Cousins. But I really wonder what Justin Jefferson would do with somebody like Aaron Rodgers.
Look, Dustin Davis, I love you, bro. The Raiders, and we'll get on them later on, but they just think whenever things aren't going right for your team, just think of this: the Raiders drafted Henry Ruggs over Justin Jefferson.
But let's keep it a buck. Everybody thought that Henry Ruggs was a hell of a damn pick. Everybody.
The first wide receiver, though. The first wide receiver off the board.
Yeah.
Better than Jerry Jeudy. Was he better than Jerry Jeudy even in Alabama?
No.
But that's what I'm saying. They were in the same draft. It's like
they were two different type players.
I got you. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, to me, Henry Ruggs was a speed player, just a straight up speed demon. He wasn't a route runner. Right. Like I try to tell people about route runner. He was just a straight line speed guy. And Jerry Jeudy is a route running technician with speed. So Henry Ruggs was drafted before Jerry Jeudy. He was drafted before CeeDee Lamb. He was drafted before Chase Claypool. He was drafted before Justin Jefferson. So,
right.
If y'all look in the Alphabets Football Show group, I actually put this poll up in there. Who's a better passer? Lamar Jackson or Justin
better passer of the ball?
And just for the record, I think like 15 people answered in the poll in the group, and it was like 90-10 for Lamar.
And I think they're absolutely full of it.
Whenever Justin Fields leads the league in passing touchdowns, then we can have this conversation.
Well, and here's my issue.
Okay.
I'm not saying all around quarterback that he's better, but I think his ceiling is higher than what Lamar Jackson's will be. I think that his ceiling is going to be higher. I do. I think that Lamar Jackson is more. I think that Justin Fields' arm mechanics are better than Lamar Jackson's.
Okay.
I think that Lamar is a straight line thrower. He just is. You watch him play, he is a straight line thrower. And to me, Fields is more an arc thrower. And I don't know if anybody, I know you know what that means. I don't know that our viewers will know what that means. A straight line thrower is somebody who doesn't really put an arch on the ball, who throws it just dead straight. His passing reminds me so much of Michael Vick's. But Michael Vick's arm strength, I think, was better than Lamar Jackson's.
I do agree with that. I do agree. I think it's also he doesn't put a lot. He doesn't throw the ball up that much because he doesn't have big receivers.
And I understand that, but he does have receivers that get open, and when they are open, 5-10 yards past a corner, then at that point you have to be able to arc the ball into the air, throw it over your receiver to give him opportunity to go out and catch the ball. And he doesn't do that. Justin Fields does.
I think we'll get more of it. I think we'll get more of an indictment on Justin Fields probably more next year because I believe in the offseason.
About this though, and you look at this. Look how many years that Lamar Jackson's been in the league. And I went ahead and I brought the stats up.
Okay.
And just so you know, left side's Justin Fields, right side's Lamar. Completions 110 to 160, attempts 187 to 257. Lamar is throwing the ball more right now, but I also think that he's had a little bit. He's got tight ends to throw the ball to, running backs he can actually throw the ball to, and I think Justin Fields is just now getting. And can you imagine him with another receiver?
That's what I'm saying. It's really hard to gauge him. I don't think we're really going to get a thorough analysis of him until next year.
Right.
Do you know what team has the most salary cap next season and off season?
No, I don't.
The Chicago Bears. They have $120 million.
And they just signed Chase Claypool. So
he's still in his rookie deal.
Yeah.
Some of the players that they let go that were a guy like Robert Quinn, a guy like Roquan Smith, who would have eaten up a lot of their salary cap, and they got a whole bunch of draft picks and a whole bunch of money. And I believe in this. He's going to be their quarterback going forward. Really on offense, all they really got is Montgomery and Khalil Herbert, and maybe now the tight end Cole Kmet, and maybe we'll see what Chase becomes. But I think you're going to see them surround him with some weapons. And
what I used to see Fields do in college, and even in college, Lamar Jackson, when he threw the ball,
okay,
when he threw the ball, he was a straight line passer.
Okay, tell me where Lamar Tell me where Lamar played. Tell me his starting wide receivers at Louisville, and tell me the starting wide receivers that Justin Fields had at Ohio State.
And I agree. I give you that. I do give you that. But I'm saying Justin Fields can be a straight line passer as well. I've seen him do it.
A lot of times there's success.
The one thing I do not see Lamar Jackson doing, he didn't do it in college, and he doesn't do it now. And I agree because he doesn't have a true number one that can stay healthy on the field. But he does have some damn players on that team who can outrun corners, outrun safeties.
Yes, it's not,
and he doesn't arc the ball.
It's not just being able. Justin Fields played with. Did you see what Garrett Wilson did to the Bills defense this week?
I did.
Okay, now tell me one receiver that's in the NFL that played with Lamar Jackson.
And like I said, really, tell me one receiver that plays for Justin Fields right now.
But I'm saying though, because of systems, because look who he's playing with. Lamar didn't have anything in college, and the pros. His
best for 5 years,
and they still haven't. His best receiver was Hollywood Brown, who's 5'8". Who's 5'8".
And I get that. But are you going to tell me that Mark Andrews is not one of those who can go out?
He's a slow tight end. He's a tight end.
I've seen him get past damn.
He's a tight end. Gronk used to get past people too. Gronk and explode. Now we talk about
excuses for him until he's out of the league. I understand this. I already know this.
No, what I want to see.
Yes, you are.
No, I want to see.
He plays him twice a year. My team plays him twice a year, and I see the same shit every year.
And every time that you see him, your defense doesn't ever have to worry about him having a number one receiver. Just like now, I'll give you another example, and I just do it because so people can see. What did Josh Allen look like before he got Stephon Diggs? What did he look like?
And I agree. I have not denied you that Lamar Jackson does not have a true number one. I've told you
that's a big thing. That's a big. How is Tua Tagovailoa?
That ain't my fault, and I'm going to judge you on what I see him do on the field.
I got you, but you also have to look at what he has. How did Tua Tagovailoa?
I don't have to. I don't have to because look, I don't have to.
Okay,
I'm not the reason why he doesn't have a number one.
I got you, and that's fair. But check this out. Answer this for me real quick before we move on. How does Tua Tagovailoa look with Tyreek Hill? How does he look as compared to last year?
Well, I think he looks a lot better, but I also think he's got a better offensive line and gives him a little more protection.
I got you. But it really helps when you have a guy who might be the greatest. He goes from people thinking to get rid of him because there were people saying, get rid of him. There were people saying
he was inaccurate as hell and he couldn't throw the ball down the field past 25 yards.
And then he gets
Look, I know this, and I knew better because I watched him in college.
I got you, but I'm giving you the argument. So he goes from we want to get rid of this guy because he sucks to being an MVP candidate in 1 year, just like that.
Yeah, because right now at the half of the season, he is up for MVP for the half of the season,
and that's because they got him. They got him a running game. They got him a running game. They got him Waddle. They got him Hill.
They actually had a couple of weapons out there.
Okay, so let me ask you this:
Tyreek Hill on any football team, you're going to exponentially make that.
Got you. I agree with you, but imagine Lamar Jackson going to the Dolphins, and what would he be with his running skills plus two receivers that could outrun everybody on the field, plus a running game behind them? What would he?
But their running back who is faster than his receivers.
You see what I'm saying? Who you play with matters. That's all I'm saying. You know, when you start putting people around with next season, Kenny Pickett, when you have a better offensive line and a George Pickens in year two,
you can call timeout on that one because I'm still not sold on Kenny Pickett. It's going to take me about 3 years to determine whether or not I need.
When Kenny, I'll call it. What do you say? You won't say it. I will. So you won't say it. I'll say it. When you put Kenny Pickett behind a good, and you all go with the number 4 pick and go get the best offensive lineman in the draft, and George Pickens is in year 2, and Najee Harris isn't getting hit 3 yards in the backfield, your opinion of Kenny Pickett will change just like that.
And
write it down. Write it down. What is the decision next year?
But Najee keeps throwing these interceptions.
I got you, but here's the thing. He won't be throwing as many interceptions because Najee Harris will be averaging 4.7 to 5 yards a carry, and he'll be able to sit back there and run play action and throw the ball down the field because people, what you really want to do.
Right, and I hope you're right. But right now,
what you really want to do is have Najee Harris running.
Right now, he's got happy feet, and I'm not real happy with that. I understand he's got to have happy feet with that offensive line.
I went to some Steelers groups, and they were calling Najee Harris Trent Richardson 2.0. I saw that in the Steelers group.
They're stupid.
That's what.
How many Steelers groups have I told you I've left in the last 2 years?
I was just like, wow. So in 1 year, he went from a 1,200 yard back. With 1,200 yards
rushing. This year, he's got a sophomore slump. That's what a lot of say.
Yeah. So
Warren's better. Warren's a better running back. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
It's just this foolish man. What we got next? We went about 12 minutes on that, but it's all good. Like McMill says, whatever you do, there's always levels to this. What we got here?
Boy, you sounded like Alvin the Chipmunk just now.
Did I?
My internet is so sad. I apologize to the viewers if we sound like the Chipmunks.
You sound good over here.
Theodore. Do what?
what do we got? What do we got here first? So here's your division leaders, your AFC division leaders. Even after that loss to the Jets.
By the way, just so you know, Marcus and I do not always agree on everything.
We do not always agree on stuff. Y'all just don't know. So here's all your AFC division leaders. Ravens looking really good. Looking really, really good. Able to run the ball. Kenyon Drake. Derrick Henry's back. And then you got old Patty Mahomes over there in the AFC West. Chargers are coming with all the injuries. No Keenan Allen, no Mike Williams. And they're over there doing work. So it's not a sprint, folks. It's a marathon. We're going to start seeing people separating real soon here. So that's your AFC. Here's your NFC. There's only one team undefeated still, 8-0, Philadelphia Eagles. Vikings, big matchup this week against the Bills.
I have a question.
Okay.
Last weekend when the Eagles played, do you not feel like they kind of got a little exposed? I mean, I know it's real hard for you to do that since you're NFC East with them.
No, I could be objective.
I kind of feel like they gave us kind of a roadmap on how to beat them.
I will say this, and I don't know if we have the slide for it, but we had our rookies, our offensive rookies of the year. Do you remember what? There were 4 of them up in there, and one of the ones is the ones that they faced last week. Damian Pierce, running back for the Houston Texans. He ain't no joke.
No,
he ain't no joke. And they
know this now too.
They know this now too. But here's the thing, like you said, Mona, when one team does something to you and they're successful with it, it's a copycat league.
Yep.
Everybody who plays the Eagles now are going to be like trying to run the ball. I will give them a slight.
Everybody who plays Cincinnati, you're going to see a lot of blitz packaging.
A lot of blitz packaging. Their offensive line's not that good. Yep. You know, so when people see certain things with you, then they're like, okay, well, what we're going to do this. Buffalo Bills, oh, you don't like running the ball? What we'll do, we'll just stay in the nickel the whole game. Cowboys, you know, let's put some heat on. Dak's finger kind of messed up still. Let's put some heat on him.
That great pass rush for the Bills don't seem to be helping them right now when you got playing against teams that can run the ball.
He had 0 sacks against Zach Wilson. A pass rusher means absolutely nothing whenever the other team is not passing, when they're just running the ball on you. So that's your NFC. You know, every week we do our top 5 at each statistical category. Here's your top passer. Look who's on top. Look who's back on top.
Look at number 2.
Look at number 2, Tom Brady. Not done quite yet, Mr. 100K passing yards. Joe Burrow getting sacked 5 times a game, but he's still up there throwing the ball. Josh Allen still doing work. And Justin Herbert with no Keenan Allen, no Mike Williams, and he's still in the top 5. I think that's pretty impressive. So those are your top 5 passing leaders. Here's your receiving leaders. Those Dolphins receivers at 1 and 5.
Waddles went down about 3 spots, but I think that
we just missed out by a yard. He missed out by a yard in number 4.
He's got a hamstring injury that he's been nursing.
Yeah. And
I don't know. They haven't had their bye week yet, have they?
The Dolphins? No. The Dolphins have not had their bye week yet.
So I think once they have that bye week, give him a couple of weeks, you know, kind of letting that heal, I think he'll be a lot better too. So
I think he definitely
number 2.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson better get ready.
Just a few weeks ago, he was number 5.
Yeah, and that's who Kirk Cousins looks for when he gets into trouble. Steph Diggs, he's doing his thing. He's a dog over there. I am him.
And Diggs actually had a pretty decent game against
93 yards. Had a real nice. I mean, he made some.
He didn't have any touchdowns. I don't think.
No touchdown, but he had like 93 yards receiving. So
what was Gabe Davis at?
Like 3 for 31 or something. Like I said, 3 for 17 or 3 for 171. Boom or bust. Boom or bust. And here's your rushing leaders. Wow, look who's back on top there.
We knew that was coming.
You know, the
and
guy.
I honestly think that Willis has made the difference.
Yeah.
Because now they know the quarterback can scramble, so they can't just
they got some nice
anymore because wow, Willis is fast.
They've got some RPOs over there, and to see what Nick Chubb is doing with Brissett and this, Saquon Barkley. I think Josh Jacobs. I think he's out of there. I'm getting the hell out of there. And look at Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne. He's in the top 5 now. I mean, that's big. That's big. They drafted him in the first round last year. He had that devastating injury to come back this year. He's another one who could see maybe comeback player of the year. I mean, this is basically his rookie year.
2 more years, and my guy's going to be right there at the top.
Okay. Okay. This was the best slide I could get. These are your sack leaders. I'll be looking for this in the interceptions. It's kind of tough. But Matthew Judon, Patriots, 11.5 sacks. Justin Houston, I mean, it's not your regular names. Bills, Zadarius Smith. Y'all see this guy this week, 8.5 sacks. Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons.
And didn't Josh Allen just get sacked like 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, and now you got to see Zadarius Smith. Get ready. And Mona, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope he doesn't play, and it's not because I want to see the Bills lose. This is why. We went 5 games without Dak Prescott. Went 4-1. That's what your backup quarterback is for, to hold down the fort, until your quarterback win me 2 or 3 games and let my quarterback rest up a little bit.
Well, yeah, because if they keep him in there and it keeps re-injuring that elbow, then he's going to end up being out for a season like Big Ben was.
That's Tommy John surgery?
Yep.
You don't want that. That's a year. We're in week 10 right now. You get hurt again, and I'm not wishing that. Please, I'm not saying that. I'm giving a hypothetical situation. He gets injured again where he does more damage to his shoulder. We're in week 10. You're talking about him missing half of next season. We're at the halfway point right now. We're going into week 10, week 9. It's 18 weeks, including, everybody having a bye. So there's 18 weeks, and we're going into week 10. That's half of the season. He gets a devastating elbow injury at this stage in the season. You're missing your franchise quarterback for half of next year too. So do you want to win the battle or do you want to win the war? So those are your sack leaders. What do we got next?
Highest graded offensive line.
Here's some new names, Anthony Thomas playing outstanding. I like that damn Creed Humphrey, Joel Bitonio, Chris Cunningham, and Tristan Wirfs. I think the Bucks.
Lindstrom's doing pretty good.
Yeah. He didn't do so good last night. Or he did.
Well, he did. He did his job.
Yeah. Marcus Mariota played like. Did you see that throw that he made at the end where he was rolling on the ground and just threw it up? I mean, just threw it with his eyes closed. I'm just like, wow, man. So these are your highest graded. This is your highest graded offensive line position by position, left tackle through right tackle. So congratulations. These some young kids on there. Creed Humphrey, I remember him coming out of Oklahoma. That was a really good pickup for your highest graded tackles. And there's that man there. There's that mama. There's that man again, Trent Williams. Did you see that video that I posted up of him punching Richard Sherman in the face?
Yeah. Did you not see my comment?
Well, do it. If you keep on talking, I'm gonna punch in your face. Do it then, boy. Do it. First off, don't do it, boy. Do it, boy.
Didn't do it, boy.
Yeah. Just for the record, don't ever call a grown ass man a boy. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's a really good way to get punched in the face. So those are your tackles. What we got next? I had some. You know what I'm thinking, right, Mona?
I do. Explosive.
Oh my gosh, man! Why?
I
I need y'all to watch the games. Watch the
loaded up.
Watch the games. Watch the games. I had somebody. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna let him. Justin Fields had the most rushing yards in the regular season of any quarterback in the 102-year history of the NFL. Okay. Me and Mona were just talking about him. I think Chicago's found their guy. I think that the 49ers are stupid. You drafted Trey Lance in front of this guy. You should have drafted him. What Lance went at 3? Lance went at 3. It was Trevor. It was Trevor, then Zach Wilson, and then Trey Lance. I think he went at like 10 or 11, and then you had the Falcons take Kyle Pitts at 4, and the Bengals took Jamar Chase at 5. So, just not smart. So congratulations to Justin Fields. I hope they put some weapons around you where you're able to really shine. So what do we got next?
Oh, you ain't got to work tomorrow. Never mind. Sorry. I was having a little discussion. Oops.
But yeah, it was pretty.
I forgot.
Okay. The 11th pick.
There you go.
I had somebody today tell me that another receiver was the top receiver in the league. I think this is even more impressive that he did this with Tua Tagovailoa. People were ready to write off Tua. He's the first receiver to 1,000 yards. He's already got 1,100 yards receiving. I mean, he has more receiving yards than 8 NFL wide receiver rooms. I mean, the guy is just great. We got to start putting that guy out there. We talk about, Stephon Diggs and we talk about Devontae Adams. The guy's just not a speed guy. I mean, the guy is a legit receiver. And he started off as an all-pro kick returner. And to see what he's done now, what he's turned himself into, we got to start. And something else too, Mona? I'm going to start it. Some people won't say it. I'll say it. You got to start looking at this guy. This guy is on pace to break Calvin Johnson's single season receiving record.
Yeah.
Better stop playing with this man. And if he does that, now you're talking about MVP. You're talking about MVP conversation. So better start paying attention to this guy. Better start paying attention to him. So congratulations to him. We talked about this earlier. Tom Brady, he hit 100K. First player in the NFL to hit 100.
I mean, he's old as Methuselah.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you've been playing for 22, 23 years, those things kind of help. So congratulations to Tom Brady. You're the GOAT. Tua, another guy in our MVP conversation. Speaking of it, Mona.
What's that?
We had said we were going to do it. Give me your top 3 MVP right now. Remember, we change this every week. I think we both had Josh Allen at number 1 last week. Who's your top?
No, I didn't.
No?
I didn't. I said number 2.
Okay.
I still have Patrick Mahomes at number 1.
Okay.
The guy who I thought was going to win it this year has just proved that he cannot do it without a true number 1 receiver, and that of course is Aaron Rodgers. I think that getting rid of Devontae Adams basically took the MVP away from him this year. I really do, because I think defensively they had the team they needed. I think they needed that number 1 receiver, and they didn't get him anybody to replace him. He's got all these youngins playing receiver Anyway, I still have Mahomes. I still have Josh Allen at number 2. But I think Tua has got to be Tua and Jalen Hurts. I think you have to put those in. To me, that's my top 4. Because you can't take anything away from Jalen Hurts right now.
Nope. only quarterback that's undefeated in the league. I had Josh Allen at number 1 last week. I don't have him at my top spot anymore, and because I don't think I really don't think he plays this week. And I might be wrong, and if I am, that's cool. But I don't think he plays this week. So if he misses a week or two, that's really going to hurt. He was at what, number 3 or 4 passing. He's going to get passed by. He'll be out the top 5, as far as yards and touchdowns, I believe. So, and even when he comes back,
I agree with you on what you said about Justin Herbert. The guy is doing it with nobody.
Yeah. I mean, he's basically throwing to his 3rd wide receiver, Joshua Palmer, and throwing it to Eckler. That's what he's doing every game. So you got to give him props for that. Right now, I would put Patrick Mahomes. I think he jumped over him this week. Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson /
I got Lamar at about 5, 6.
I got Lamar and Saquon right there at like 4 together.
I don't think you can leave Saquon Barkley out with what he's been doing.
Saquon was on the bye last week, so it's kind of in your mind.
Already bypassed him now, so
yeah. But I still got Josh Allen in the top 5, but he looked the past 2 weeks he's looked really bad. So
but now right here,
that's
half season mark, and he's the most valuable player at the half season mark right now.
Yeah,
at mid season awards.
Yeah. So that's they do an online poll on Fox Sports, and they got Tua there as the MVP. Mona, before we go forward, let's play that good Buffalo Bills bottle video. We haven't done that tonight. Let's play that good before we go into our next one.
Yeah. Bills Mafia. Don Brown. Yeah. It's the Mafia, I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the Mafia, I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the Mafia, I'm with the Buffalo Bills. It's the Mafia, I'm rocking with the Bills. Hey. Who you reppin'? What's your team? Who you reppin'? What's your team? I'm reppin' for my team. I got that talent on my team. Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, can you catch it? Trade day is like a mask, you not catching anything. Matt Milano making plays, we not scared of any team. Best in the AFC, all the praise of Brandon Bean. You hear Sean McDermott clapping while I'm snapping? Jerry Hughes will get the sack soon as you snap it. Andre Roberts running back, ain't no just backing. Mafia, we on a ride and we got traction. We got Beasley, we got Diggs. McKenzie make you miss. Dawson Knox with the stiff arm, treat opponents just like his. Feliciano, Deion Dawkins block defenders like the Fins. Hey, it's the Mafia. I said no one on top of us. I said no one is blocking us on top of our division, so it's clear that it's no stopping us. Google best team in the league and we popping up. Hey, who you reppin'? What's your team? Who you reppin'? What's your team? I'm reppin' for my team. I got the salad on my team. It's the Mafia, I'm rocking with the Bills.
There we go. Right now, I think we're at 48 tickets. Shout out to Adrian Autry, Ethan, Ace, William Richter, and Monster. I think we've had 5 people buy tickets. I thought we'd do a little bit better than it. If you want tickets, get up with
I think a lot of it's because it just hasn't been shared as much. I mean, we're sharing it in our group, but
I saw Dre showed it tonight on the All Things Buffalo show, and yeah, I saw it. I tuned into that for a little bit. If you know anybody who wants the tickets, or you want, let me know. Get them up. I think right now Ethan's just killing it, man. So he's like, I want that damn bottle. So
well, I told you what you need to do. I think you need to take the tickets that we've sold here on Facebook to our friends and what have you. And I still think you need to take this bottle to the Buffalo Bills fan club right down the road from where you live. And on Sunday, I'd do it on Sunday. Do it on Sunday. They're going to be there because of the Vikings game. Have that bottle up there and sell raffle tickets there at the fan club. Because when you take that bottle in and they see that bottle, you're going to sell some tickets.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
I'll do that. So if y'all want it, I want to try to get this done within the next couple of weeks. We got like Thanksgiving and stuff coming up, and I'd like to get it done because I'm going to have to mail it off. And when I mail it off, I'll be mailing it off during the holiday season. And that's you're talking weeks to get stuff. So if you want tickets or you know somebody who wants tickets, if you want to get it for somebody, if you're not a Bills fan and you have a person you know who's a Bills fan, buy some tickets. Offensive Rookie of the Year candidates, those backs. You got Kenneth Walker. We just talked about Damian Pierce, Chris Olave, and Garrett Wilson. And Mona, you know what? I just hate that Breece Hall got hurt. I just hate it because I think he would have won it. With the way he was running, I think he would have won it. So
I'll tell you something. People better start thinking about Damian Pierce too.
Yeah, he's just in a bad situation. Like right
now. I mean, he's
all they got.
He's
getting all those touches. So, but he really impressed me. In that Eagles game, he really impressed me. I live in Texas, but I watch my Cowboys, and a lot of times when the Cowboys are playing, between the Cowboys and Texans, I'm gonna watch my Cowboys. So, and then here's your defensive rookie of the year.
You ain't fooling me because they were playing the Eagles, who are in your division. You were doing this split screen shit.
I was, and guess what else, Mona? That was my survivor pick.
I know.
Which reminds me, I need to find one for this week. And I think this one here.
I'll give you a word of advice: do not pick Pittsburgh.
Don't pick Pittsburgh. Okay. So here's your defensive rookie of the year candidates. I'm gonna be honest.
There's one guy on this list right here. One.
Yeah.
Sauce Gardner.
Sauce. I mean, he's just this kind.
Special sauce.
6'4", a 6'4" corner. 6'4". I mean, he's just a problem. He was a huge problem for Josh Allen and company. And let me tell you something, Mona. Here's the crazy thing about it. During the draft, I didn't think he'd be the best corner. I'm going to sit up here and I will admit I thought Derek Stingley would be a better corner. And he's having an okay year. And I was kind of questioning Sauce because I'm like, well, he played at the University of Cincinnati. I don't know about his competition. This guy's legit. He is legit. So shout out to him. We still got a little bit of football left to play. Y'all know last year, not this draft, but the draft before, I wanted this guy. I wanted him bad. Ramona, I can't have nothing nice with her. I can't have nothing.
You tried to take my running back from me.
Take Najee from me.
Yes, you did. You tried to give him to the Miami Dolphins. I will never forgive you for that. But I did forgive you because I gave you Micah Parsons.
You gave me Micah Parsons. I mean, that's not a bad consolation.
And I actually think that kind of worked out better for your
It's definitely worked out. But this is not too bad. He's third in the running. He's third. Patrick Surtain Jr. is third in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. So that's not too bad. Give me some did you knows, Mom.
All right. Did you know Dante Foreman has rushed for over 100 plus yards 3 times in the last 4 of his games. The Panthers only had 3 100-yard rushing games in their previous 46 games combined.
And that was with Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. Plus 100 more because, the last Thursday night.
Last night. Yeah. He's pretty awesome.
Okay. Did you know Patrick Mahomes' pass attempts, 68, and Malik Willis' 16, ties the largest such disparity in a game in NFL history?
That's crazy. I mean, he threw the ball.
But when you got a Mack truck, listen, when you got a Mack truck running the football,
stick with what you do. They're a power running team, and that's what they do. So
and I think it's working out perfectly for Malik Willis because he he doesn't have to put the game completely on his shoulders.
And he's another guy who doesn't have any receivers.
Right.
And the guy that you got, so you got rid of A.J. Brown, who's having a great year with the Eagles, by the way. You get rid of him, and in his place, you go get Traylon Burks, and he's been on IR. So, it's just kind of tough. So, I think Malik Willis, this is good for him now because he's kind of managing the game. And I think another team in the offseason, they probably go get some more receivers because they have no wide receivers over there. None. Yep. So.
Okay. So Dante Foreman was cut by the Atlanta Falcons in the 2021 preseason in 2 games versus the Atlanta Falcons in this season, 2022. He's had 248 total yards and 4 touchdowns. And that was for Travis Henry, but I don't think he's watching the show right now. So
no. He probably is
a little bit. For a little bit, but he's gone.
He's probably a little sick right now. He was cussing and fussing last night. I was in the chat room with him last night. He wasn't too happy. He had some very not nice words for Marcus Mariota. Very not too nice.
All right, so we're at our little juncture of our Rocky Buyer Tough Guy Award. This is where we pick our picks, and a lot of times they coincide with NFL and PFF and those guys. But and I get a lot of our slides from them because we agree with them for the most part. So our offensive players of the week are Mr. Joe Mixon from the AFC.
Mona, can you tell them about AFC North football? Can you just kind of describe it to me in like 5 words or less? Give me AFC North football in 5 words or less.
Cold weather, run the ball down your throats in the fourth quarter for sure.
I think that's more than 5 words, but I'll take it.
Well, here, let's take this. Take this for you. Let me show you. Let me show you his 5 touchdowns.
Okay.
Here you go.
Cold weather, run.
Joe Mixon show right here live on.
Uno, dos.
Number 2.
2 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns.
And a lot of people have no clue what we're talking
4 touchdowns.
A lot of people have no clue who what Sesame Street was.
And 5 touchdowns. They don't know what we're showing our age here, Mona. We're really showing our age here. So.
Cora, let me tell you, Cora actually loves Sesame Street.
Oh, no doubt. Like I watched Sesame Street been on for like 50 years. I was watching Sesame Street.
Well, I had to play them on YouTube because you can't find them anywhere.
So he's really, and I think he really helped Ethan in this fantasy game because he played. Ethan, who'd you play last week? And Ethan has him on his team, and I think he got him like 35, 40 points. So Ethan was quite happy with Joe
I'm sure.
on his fantasy team. I think Ethan was the highest scorer last week. I think he scored like 140, 150 points altogether. So
wow.
Yeah, he killed it last week.
Okay. And
5 touchdowns.
Our NFC Offensive Player of the Week is none other than the explosive Justin Fields.
Explosive? Are you sure?
Oh, yes. Do I need to play my soundbite again?
I thought Josh Allen was more explosive. Go ahead. What were you saying? Go ahead.
I asked if I needed to play my soundbite again. This kid, listen, I'm sorry, but to me, this kid has got a great career ahead of him. If he stays healthy, I think he's got a great career.
As the
Chicago Bears gets him some help.
Yeah.
I still kind of felt like that was one of the problems with Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
They didn't really have the kind of help he needed. They need offensive line protection better. And I'm not sure that Mitch Trubisky is done as a starting quarterback somewhere. I don't know that he'll ever be a starter for Pittsburgh.
Oh, no, he won't be a starter with Pittsburgh.
But I'm just saying, I think he would have been better off if he'd had the offensive line that Big Ben had when he came into the league.
Yeah.
But you start losing veterans.
You gotta put some around these kids. So you got to. You're gonna have the money. You're gonna have the picks. Use it. When you find you have it. The Bears have struggled finding a quarterback. I remember Jay Cutler. I mean, these guys have been looking for a quarterback.
Didn't Rex Grossman? Didn't they do a trade with Denver? They traded quarterbacks, wasn't it Denver?
Yeah, that wasn't.
That was Cutler.
Yeah, Cutler got traded to Denver today.
And they got Grossman.
No, it was that other guy, the one who quit on the Cowboys in the middle of the season. I can't think of his name.
I could have swore they traded Jay Cutler for
Rex. No, it was that other guy. I can't think of his name. But no, it wasn't Grossman. But Grossman had taken them to the Super Bowl, and they traded him away. That was the year Indy won the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning's Super Bowl with Indy.
Kyle Orton.
Yeah, he's the one who quit on the Cowboys in the middle of the season.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Kyle Orton. I just yeah. Okay. Anyway. All right. Defensive Player of the Week is Justin Houston with the Baltimore Ravens. 3 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, and an interception. And our NFC Defensive Player of the Week was Kirby Joseph, safety from the Detroit Lions. 10 tackles, 3 passes defended, and 2 interceptions. He had a hell of a game, actually.
Not too bad. Too bad.
Our quarterback player of the week. Well, it says players, but I only have one for this week, and I did it mainly because this guy is just
the best in the league.
To me, he's the best in the league.
Okay, just checking.
Yep,
just checking.
This was stats from 2019 when they played the Titans. 36 of 50, 446 passing yards, 3 total touchdowns in 2019. And, last weekend, 43 of 68, 446 passing yards, and 2 touchdowns. And listen, if you didn't watch that game, you missed one hell of a show. Because if it hadn't been for Patrick Mahomes, they don't tie it up and go into overtime.
He drug him across the finish line. He carried him.
Video for you.
Got a little video. Let's go.
Okay, here you go. Don't you like that? I'm getting better with this slide stuff.
I want you all also to see how when he takes off and runs, look, that's the modern day quarterback. Is to have a little bit of mobility too. But you notice how he's not taking a kill shot. He's not taking. What's going on, Blaze? Right here. Get what you can. Get out of bounds.
Yeah.
Get out of bounds. Don't take unnecessary punishment. Just don't do it. I mean, there's sometimes that you gotta kind of stick your nose in there, and I don't think people give him enough credit for his mobility. I mean, this is here like a 20-yard run.
Yeah, he looks awful though when he's
he's not a very graceful runner.
He's not very graceful at all.
No, he's not very. He will not be confused.
For the buck though, if anybody's ever watched Josh Allen run his 40. What in the hell is with them spaghetti arms when he's running that 40?
He definitely went and ate a few buffalo wings, man, and put a little weight on. Definitely.
No, I'm just saying. If you watch that video you posted,
yeah,
his arms are like down by. I mean, it's like he could like scratch his knees on the sides of his knees as he's running because his arms are just flopping everywhere like limp pasta. And I'm like, and I said, what is the deal with those spaghetti arms?
Look at this guy. Just an incredible talent, and it's.
And I knew they were going for 2. I knew as soon as he scored that touchdown, I'm like, oh, they're going for 2. They don't doubt my mind. Even though there was a little bit of time on the clock, I knew they were going for 2.
Yeah, he had a phenomenal game, and they needed every one of those yards, and he threw it 68 times. That's not the way you want to do it every week, but he can. He used to play in a spread offense in college at Texas Tech, so he can. That's not something you want to do every week, but it's sometimes you just got to let your quarterback do his thing. So.
Okay, special teams player, ASC special teams player is Cameron Dicker. He kicked 8 points for the Chargers, 2 for 2 in point afters and 2 field goals, 37 yards.
Game-winning field goal.
Yep.
Kicked the game winner. Justin Herbert looked pretty happy too. He was jumping up and down. That's Dicker the kicker from the University of Texas, by the way, too.
And then we have Jake Camarda, the punter for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 6 punts, 59.5 average. I mean, that's his average. I'm like,
60 yards a punt? Good.
This guy had to be a soccer player, right?
Goodness gracious.
I'm thinking he had to be a soccer player.
That's a weapon right there. That's a weapon.
His longest punt, 74. So
that's pretty damn good. People don't appreciate kickers and punters are players too.
What is that bitch resting face? He's got that bitch resting face.
Yeah.
He looks a little disgusted right there.
Yeah, a little bit right there. I wanted 76 yards a punt.
Damn it. All right, so our honorable mention, and of course we mentioned him a minute ago, but listen, Justin Fields, guys,
incredible performance.
I just the guy is an absolutely Chicago Bears fans have to be really truly excited because I think they found their quarterback.
And San Francisco 49ers fans got to be absolutely sick.
Furious because Justin Fields should have been the number 1 pick.
Over Trevor?
I think so. And don't get me wrong, I like Trevor, but I just think I think
he should at least been 3 though. He's
more explosive. I think he's more explosive.
He is explosive. He's very explosive. Can you imagine this guy and Travis Etienne?
Most rushing yards in a regular season game by a quarterback in the Super Bowl era.
Not Michael Vick, not Lamar Jackson. That's his record now. So that's what that's pretty awesome. So congratulations to this young man. Looking forward to actually have to play him in fantasy this week. I'm not looking forward to that, but I already got 22 points from Donta Foreman. So
I was going to say Donta Foreman, right?
Yeah, I got 22 points from this.
All right, so here's our leaderboard after week 9, and I will post this in the group after the show. Are
you still putting the singles week things underneath the comment? I didn't know if you were or not. Were you still doing that? No? Okay.
They want to know what they got.
Okay.
They keep up with that.
Okay.
I was doing that, but then I thought, well, then if I'm putting it down there, then they know.
Add it up, yeah.
So I just thought, if they want to know their leaderboard, they can watch the show or wait until I post it in the group.
Okay.
And most of them, I think, just wait until we post it in the group. So
yeah.
But anyway, right now we've got Fletcher Moore at 84, 51, and 1. Jared's at 81. We have Angie Sanchez in second place at 83, 52, and 1. Adam Aflag is at 82, 53, and 1. Eddie Woodcock is at 82, 53, and 1. And you're slowly moving up there, Mr. Betts. 85 and 1.
I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm coming. I'm coming around that edge. I'm coming around the edge. I'm gonna come Angie Flack, Eddie Woodcock.
I'm only 2 back, and now I'm 3 back.
Well, you gave one last night. You gave one last night
on you, so
I gotta watch you too. I gotta watch you. So that's all of that. So are we ready for? We're ready to do our picks.
Yep.
We're ready to do our picks now. Man, I gotta find me a survivor pick this week, Mona.
Well, maybe you can find it while we're doing this.
Yeah. I can't use the Eagles. I can't use the hell. I haven't used the Bills. I ain't using the Bills too.
I wouldn't use them this week.
So we had Atlanta versus
you keep it on the chat for me, please.
Okay. Blaze said, "What's up? Sorry, Friday's always a heavy live bet day for me, but I always watch the show later when I work overnight." Appreciate you, Blaze. And nice doing business with you in fantasy today. That was really nice. Picked up Devin Duvernay on my team. So I'm feeling real. I traded away Brian Robinson today, Mona. I traded him away for Devin Duvernay. So I
can understand that. I mean, that was a hell of a pickup, actually.
Well, I got a bunch of running backs. I got Alvin Kamara. I got Donta Foreman. I got Gus Edwards. I got
Can I say one thing?
I got Damian Pierce. I got Damian Pierce.
Let me tell you, Kamara's not going to get the yards against Pittsburgh's defense now that TJ's back.
Okay.
Just tell me.
Okay.
Just thought I'd let you know.
I see that Mona's up here giving me some good fantasy football advice. So we had our Thursday night.
TJ Watt back on that defense is going to make a huge difference in this defense.
I think Andy Dalton may get sacked a few times.
Yeah, because TJ's been chomping at the bit for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
wanting back. So, okay, so we got Seattle versus Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay. Well, actually, it's in Germany.
Oh man, this is one of those 9:30 a.m. That's 7:30 my time. I like it though, because when I wake up, as soon as I wake up, it's game time.
All right, so
Geno Smith balling, Kenneth Walker balling, DK and Lockett balling, but I do not trust. I don't trust Seattle's defense. I don't trust their defense. I think Brady's kind of starting to work his way back. I'm going to say Tampa 24-21.
Okay. Marcus, because I'm not taking Tampa. If they were actually playing in Tampa Bay, I would have took Tampa. I'm actually taking Seattle.
Okay.
I'm going to say, and I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Okay.
Because I like Tampa's defense a little bit better than I do Seattle's. Actually, a lot better than I do Seattle's.
Kenneth Walker will not run all over them because Vita Vea will be sitting right there in the middle. He will not be running on.
And I get what you're saying, but I think that they have enough offensive weapons for Geno Smith to get the ball to him.
Okay.
And Geno is balling it. I mean, he is balling out. So I'm taking Seattle. I'm going to say 28-26 Seattle.
Okay. Dalton says Geno Smith should be comeback player of the year conversation.
Absolutely.
Seahawks 28-15. Next game, our next
Minnesota at Buffalo.
I don't think Josh Allen plays. I don't think even with Josh Allen, what's Minnesota's record? They've only lost like one game, right? 1 or 2 games. They lost like 1 or 2 games. You got Dalvin Cook. You got Alexander Madison. You got Justin Jefferson. You got Adam Thielen, KJ Osgood, and the person that people are missing that I really don't think people are good. 7-1. Yeah, they're and I know people. Oh, they ain't played nobody. You know, all you can do is beat who's in front of you. But I don't like Kirk Cousins. I think he's streaky as hell. He's inconsistent as hell. But I think that the weapons that they have, when you look at Dalvin Cook, T.J. Hawkinson, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, every team is going to be looking at that Jets film. You couldn't stop Michael Carter. You couldn't stop James Robinson, but you're going to stop Dalvin Cook. You couldn't stop Garrett Wilson, but you're going to stop Justin Jefferson.
And if you stack the box to try and stop Dalvin Cook, then I think Justin Jefferson's going to have a field day.
And Trey White may be back this week. He hasn't played in over a year.
Out. What's the other kid that's out? There's like 2-3 defensive players out.
Yeah, I don't. The Vikings offensively can hit you in so many ways. You stack the box. You got Justin Jefferson out there 1-on-1. You got Adam Thielen out there 1-on-1. I think T.J. Hawkinson, your safeties, Hyde and Poyer, they've been in and out. One of them's on injured reserve. Somebody's going to eat somewhere. And I think Kirk Cousins can do enough. And I think if you get behind, if they get a lead on you, then they're going to start Dalvin cooking you to death. So, and Alexander Madison. I'm going to say.
Here are the players that are out. Jordan Poyer's out. Gregory Rousseau is out. And the Rousseau, that's huge.
That's big. That's big.
Let me see. That may be the only ones out for Buffalo, besides maybe Josh Allen.
Yeah, and Josh Allen may be out, but I just don't. I just don't see it. I'm gonna say. I think Kirk Cousins has a good game. I can't believe I'm sitting up here and I'm talking about Kirk Cousins. 31-20 Minnesota.
Well, I got a little bit closer to that, but I think Minnesota pulls out the win. 33-31 Minnesota.
Okay.
And that's if Josh Allen plays. If Josh Allen doesn't play, I would say
a blowout.
31-16.
Okay. I got you. Detroit at Chicago. We just talked about Justin Fields.
Yep. And now he's got a receiver to throw the ball to.
Now he can throw it up to Chase.
Chase
and he opens up a lot of things for a guy like Cole Kmet. That allows Herbert and Montgomery a little bit more. And then if all those fails, then Justin Fields will take off on you for 178 yards. And Detroit's defense is atrocious. They're absolutely atrocious. I think Justin Fields has another good game. I can see him having 100 yards rushing.
Yep.
I'm going to say, I don't think it'll be a high scoring game, but I'll say 21-14 Chicago.
I have Chicago winning as well. And I'm going to say 28-21 Chicago.
Okay.
I think Justin Fields may have 4 touchdowns in this game.
Okay. Dalton says Bills 23-21, even though Vikings got weapons. Need to see if they're real. I'm still not sold on Cousins. And Bills are favored by 3. Bears 24-16. Denver at Tennessee. I know Denver's coming off of a bye week.
Who cares?
But I don't trust Russell Wilson anymore.
Nope.
I don't know who their running back's going to be. Is it going to be Latavius Murray? Is it going to be Chase Edmonds? Is it going to be Melvin Gordon? I know what Tennessee wants to do. And Tennessee, after getting their ass kicked and losing that game.
Well, they didn't get their ass. Wait a minute.
Get their ass kicked. Well, I won't say get their ass.
Yeah, they didn't get their ass kicked in that Kansas City game.
No.
They just let Lamar Jackson, who is clutch when they're
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
come back and win.
Yeah. But I think they're going to be a little bit upset, and they're trying to keep pace over there. I think they got a chance to win a. I think they want to win that division. I think you see a whole bunch of Derrick Henry this game. I could see him getting 30, 35 carries. Another low scoring game though. 21-17 Tennessee.
I'm gonna say 20. Because if I'm not mistaken, Mahomes was sacked 4 or 5 times.
Their defense is good.
I'm gonna say 24-14 Tennessee.
Okay. Jacksonville at Kansas City. Kansas City, they're starting to run away. They're starting to run away. They're starting to hit their stride. Kadarius Toney, another week in the system. I think they start incorporating this guy. He was brought in for a reason, people. They picked this guy up for a reason.
Yep.
They picked him up for a reason. This guy has Tyreek Hill type speed. They didn't get him just to put him over there. Mecole Hardman's out this game. So I think you see this guy, they start incorporating. Mecole Hardman's already been ruled out for this game.
Yep.
So this is your speed guy that they want to try to get him.
I bet Juju Smith-Schuster has a hell of a game.
Yeah. Kansas City, 35-17 Kansas City.
I'm going to say 34-21 Kansas City.
34-21?
34-21.
34-21. Okay. Cleveland at Miami. This the last. No, this isn't the last game. We are 2 weeks away from the return of Deshaun Watson. This is week 10, right? He got 11 games. Miami. Can Miami's run defense hold up though? Because we know what Cleveland's trying to do. We know what Cleveland's trying. They're gonna try to.
We saw what the Jets did to Miami and their run defense.
Yeah. Bree was that Breeze?
That was Brees Hall. That was Brees Hall. Yep. Remember we had the film.
Yeah. And Cleveland's got corners. Now, look, I'm not saying that they're going to shut down Tyreek Hill or shut down. And Waddle's dealing with a slight
hammy. Yep. He's got a slight hamstring pull. He's playing better though. Now he looked a lot better last game. So,
man, I'm going Cleveland here. I think the physical nature. I love AFC North football. I do. I'm an NFC East guy. I love to see teams running the football. I love it. I'm gonna say, and it's tough because Tua is playing so good, but I think Myles Garrett's gonna be jacked up for this game. I think Clowney's gonna be jacked up for this game. 28-26 Cleveland.
I'm taking Miami. I think Tyreek Hill is going to have a field day. And I think you're going to see Waddle do the penguin waddle in the end zone.
We're going to do the penguin dance. This is tough, yeah.
I think you're going to see a lot of penguin dancing. Look, they played lights out against Cincinnati last weekend.
Yeah.
You don't get that twice in a row by Cleveland. Sorry, you just don't.
Maybe they got the formula. Don't put the ball in Jacoby Brissett's hands.
No. Go back and look last year.
Okay.
Who beat Cincinnati last year?
Okay.
Cleveland.
Who was their quarterback?
Even when we couldn't beat them.
Who was their quarterback?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Baker Mayfield?
Doesn't matter.
Baker Mayfield.
Doesn't matter.
Did you see Baker Mayfield last night?
No.
Headbutting people with their helmets on at the end of the game after they won. I'll send you the link. It was pretty.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield.
Anyway, I'm taking Miami. I think it's going to be a close one. I'm going to say 28-24 Miami.
Okay. Miami is nice, so I'll say it thrice. You remember what show that was from? Golden Girls.
Golden Girls.
Yeah. They were singing it, and Dorothy was looking at Rose. It was hilarious. Anyway, Houston at New York Giants. Y'all want to? We saw the Joe Mixon show. Didn't we just watch the Joe Mixon show a little while ago, Mona?
Yep.
Oh, I think you're going to see the Saquon Barkley show this week.
Yeah, I do too.
Giants coming off a bye week, and that's another reason. Why I'm taking Cleveland too. Cleveland's coming off a bye week.
Yep, and they
I think
they play cold.
Yeah, I think this is a Saquon Barkley game. I think you start seeing Wan'Dale Robinson, Darius Slayton, and Kenny Galladay supposed to come back this week. Not that matters. That guy, what a terrible trade. What a terrible trade. New York Giants, 2014 New York Giants.
That's close to what I've got 21-17. I think the Pierce or whatever his name is with Houston actually does pretty well. Yeah,
I think it's going to be a running game.
I'm not totally sold on the Giants defense. So
no, and I think you also could see Daniel Jones run for about 70 or 80 yards. He's been running really well.
Yep.
New Orleans Saints at Pittsburgh. TJ Watt's back.
Yep.
William Jackson. Y'all had a bye last week too, huh?
Yep.
Another week of William Jackson. William Jackson should line up on. They don't really have a receiver over there. I think you'll see a lot of Kamara, but I don't trust Andy Dalton. And I think this might be the game. The George Pickens breakout game. I'm going to go Pittsburgh. 20-17 Pittsburgh.
I love Pittsburgh, but I'm not taking Pittsburgh.
What?
I am taking the New Orleans Saints.
Okay. Only you might catch me this week. Are you going to fall really far behind me, or are you going to catch me this week?
I'm going to say it's a close game, but I think we lose by at least 1 point. I think that, it's a 2-point game, and at the end we maybe have to try and go for 2 and just don't get it or something. I don't know. I'm not sold on this damn kicker we signed either. So, yeah.
After I saw what Lamar Jackson and Kenyon Drake did to them, I think this is a Najee Harris, Jaylen Warren game. I think that they try to Mike Tomlin's like, we're going back to old school Pittsburgh football, and we're gonna run the ball down their throat.
I hope you're right, and I'll take this loss. I don't care. I'm going to say 20. I'm going to say 24-21 New Orleans.
Okay. Mona, I think that's the first time ever in 3 years that I picked the Pittsburgh Steelers and you did. Now, we both have gone where we both picked the Steelers, or we both have picked their opponent.
I just have a bad feeling about this game.
We've done it where we both picked Pittsburgh, or both
You
picked.
want me to tell you who I fear in this game?
Taysom
Hill.
Yeah.
Yep. We have no answer for his style. Friggin'
a lot of teams don't, because you don't know where he's going to line up at.
Exactly, and that's my fear, because when that guy gets out in the flat, he's hard to catch. He's hard to catch.
He's a load to bring down. So he's big and fast. He's a problem. Yep. When they run that wildcat stuff and they line him up,
listen, my defense has no answer for the wildcat.
Yeah, that's
I think that very well could be what they do against Pittsburgh.
A lot of it, huh?
Because they're going to know that if they leave the ball in Andy Dalton's hands, Andy Dalton knows that Steeler defense real well. It ain't the same one he faced, but he knows Pittsburgh defense.
Yeah, he's a problem. Indy at Las Vegas. No Darren Waller. No Hunter Renfrow. I mean, the Raiders, they're just giving away players. They got rid of Alex Leatherwood. They're just.
Well, we gave them Alex Leatherwood, didn't we?
What's that?
Didn't Alex Leatherwood play for us?
No, they drafted him. He was a first-round pick. He was a first-round pick out of Alabama. And that's
right.
2 years ago, and they just dropped him.
Yeah.
But Indy's terrible. Indy's terrible. They're starting Jeff Saturday, his first coaching. There's just Jeff Saturday, interim coach, first time ever coaching beside high school football. I mean, is Jonathan Taylor playing? 14-10 Las Vegas.
Yep, we're both taking Las Vegas.
I
said I wasn't taking them no more.
Yeah, but these are dire times, Mona.
Yeah.
These are dire times. Yeah, Derek Carr or Sam Ellinger.
Yeah. I think Carr and Adams actually do pretty good in this game. I think Adams very well could have 3 damn touchdowns in this game.
Yeah.
He'll
probably have Stephon Gilmore on him, but that's not going to matter.
No, he can't keep up with Devontae Adams.
Dallas at Green Bay.
I don't give a shit if it's snowing and there's 3 foot of snow on the ground.
I don't either. I think Mike McCarthy wants this game so bad. I also think this is a job interview. I think this is a recruiting pitch for Odell Beckham Jr. I'm going to go online and saying it. I'm going to go on the air. I think the Cowboys get Odell Beckham Jr. Everything that I'm hearing from over there is that they get Odell Beckham Jr. And if they get Odell Beckham Jr., I'm not one of those delusional Cowboys fans that's, we're going to the Super Bowl every year. I think Odell Beckham Jr., if they get him, that will change the way that they play offense. Because now you got to make some decisions. The Cowboys have gone back to being the Cowboys that I like. Power running team. Zeke Pollard. Splash in a little CeeDee Lamb, a little Dalton Schultz, and then you get a guy, Michael Gallup's coming back from his ACL.
Back too, so.
Yeah, so, and then that defense. They have the Packers have no receivers. They have none.
Sorry for Aaron Rodgers in this.
They have no receivers. Aaron Jones might not play. Romeo Doubs is out. I just don't see how they can.
I think this game.
They lost to the Jets.
I think this game could be a blowout.
35-17 Cowboys.
I got 34-17 Cowboys. Now, is Stafford playing or is he?
He's in concussion protocol. He did practice on a limited basis today, but
and the Rams defense are not the defense that played last year.
They're not. DeAndre Hopkins is balling.
Yep.
Zach Ertz. I just don't see how the Rams. Who's their running back? Darrell Henderson, Cam Akers, who's pissed off still. All they have is Cup. Van Jefferson's back. I'm gonna go, and I know this is a divisional game.
Yep.
But I like Arizona here, and I think it'll be just because it's a divisional game. I'll say 21-14 Arizona.
Taking Arizona as well. Oh God Almighty! I just don't want to. I just don't want to.
Yeah, it's tough. It's
at home and it's in LA.
You want to pick John Wolford? John Wolford at quarterback? John Wolford? Huh?
Arizona.
That's the
listen, I will leave mine blank for right now.
Okay.
Mine's going to be game time damn decision because I want to know if Stafford plays, I'm taking the Rams.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the Rams tentatively.
Okay. I'll put that over there.
Yeah.
I'll put that over there. John Wolford. That's the hill you want to die on, John Wolford?
No. If Stafford doesn't play, then I'm going to take Arizona. Kiss my butt.
John Wolford. Oh man.
And you never know. There's no video. There's no tape on him. So
that's true. He started a couple of games. He started a couple of games. He's a backup. He's got a couple of starts in the NFL. A couple.
No,
I wouldn't put him I wouldn't put the Rams for my survivor pick this week.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't take either one, actually.
Yeah.
I ain't sure you shouldn't take Dallas for your
What's going on, Q Ball? What's going on, family? It's good to see you, man.
Hey, Q Ball, good to see you.
LA Chargers at San Francisco. Chargers barely won last week. They won with a game-winning field goal. Was that the one with Dicker the kicker? Was that him?
That was Dicker the kicker.
Dicker the kicker. Chargers have Eckler. They got Joshua Palmer, and they got
they don't have to stop.
There's no Keenan Allen.
They have enough.
No Mike Williams.
They have enough to put on the field. They don't have enough to beat the 49ers defense. And San Francisco's offense is going to be balling in this game.
Another week of Christian McCaffrey. I think Elijah Mitchell comes back this week off of IR. So they got their 1-2 punch back. And the 49ers are coming at home, and they're coming off a bye week.
Yeah.
I think you're going to get a lethal dosage of Christian McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell. Deebo Samuel, he didn't play before the bye week. He's coming back fresh.
Yep.
I think this could get really, really ugly. I'm going to say.
And the second best tight end in the league. Come on.
Oh, Mona. Do you know how good it makes me feel to hear you say that?
You just got to stop that.
30 to 18. 30 to 18.
But I do think that if you put him on the Chiefs, he's even a better tight end.
Well, his issue was never talent. His issue is he can't stay healthy.
Well, because you had Jimmy G throwing the ball and throwing you into danger all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm taking the 49ers. I'm going to say 34-21. 34-21.
Dalton says 49ers 23-14. And last but not least, Monday Night Football, Washington at Philly. Washington at Philly. You think Philly's going undefeated this year, Mona?
I don't know, but they ain't getting beat this weekend.
Okay. I'm just asking. Divisional game. I'm just trying to see. I'm actually trying to throw you off a little bit to see if you. Let me see. Philly, undefeated. They're at home. Another week of Robert Quinn getting adjusted to the defense. Miles Sanders, Devontae Smith. Last time he played, he had 2 touchdowns in a 100-yard game. AJ Brown's playing outstanding. Dallas Goedert, Philly runs away. But because it's a divisional game, I can see Washington giving them a fight for a little bit. Scary Terry, Brian Robinson, Antonio Gibson. But after that, Philly just takes a. If Washington's smart, they looked at the Texans game and they run Brian Robinson a lot, but I don't think it'll be enough. Philly, 28-14, Philly.
All right. Well, I think you said 28.
28-14.
14.
Yeah.
All right. I am taking Philly as well. I'm going to say 34. 16.
34-16? 34-16, is that what you said?
Let's do 34-17.
34-17. Okay.
Yep.
That's all of the picks.
And just know my Rams are subject to change if Stafford does not play.
I put a question mark right next to it for you.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I usually get up and I look at the injury. I'm gonna have to really get up because it's a game in Germany. So Mona, play the Bills thing one more time and then we'll get ready to get up out of here, please.
Okay. Let me find it.
Yeah. Bills Mafia. Don Brown. Yeah. It's the Mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the Mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the Mafia, I'm with the Buffalo Bills. It's the Mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. Hey. Who you reppin'? What's your team? Who you reppin'? What's your team? You know I'm reppin' for my team. I got that talent on my team. Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, can you catch it? Can you? Trade day is like a mask, you not catching anything. Matt Milano making plays, we not scared of any team. Best in the AFC, all the praise of Brandon Bean. You hear Sean McDermott clapping while I'm snapping? Do you? Jerry Hughes will get the sack soon as you snap it. Yeah. Andre Roberts running back, ain't no just backing. Mafia, we on a ride and we got traction. We got Beasley, we got Diggs. McKenzie make you miss. Dawson Knox with the stiff arm, treat opponents just like his. Feliciano, Deion Dawkins block defenders like the fence. Hey, it's the Mafia. I said no one on top of us. I said no one is blocking us on top of our division, so it's clear that it's no stopping us. Google best team in the league and we popping up. Hey, who you reppin'? What's your team? Who you reppin'? What's your team? You know I'm reppin' for my team. I got the salad on my team. It's the Mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills.
Thanks for all of the Veterans Day shout outs, everybody. I appreciate that. Happy Veterans Day to all my people out there, people who I served with, people who are still serving. Always show appreciation to veterans Freedom is not free. Remember that. The reason we're able to do a lot of things is because there are people out there doing violence on your behalf. Always remember that.
Very true. Hold on one sec. I'm having some technical difficulty. My mouse is frozen, so you're going to have to give me a sec. I don't know why that happens, but for some odd reason, when I play videos and stuff, what I do is because of my internet speed is just totally trash right now. But
make sure y'all get y'all's tickets. Recommend it to people. Somebody who want it. Let me see here. I got it right here. Right here. If you want tickets for that. Yeah. You got your Circle the Wagons right there. If you want that bottle, hit me up. PayPal, Cash App. $3 a ticket. I need to get 100 tickets sold. We're at 48 right now, so we're like halfway done. So, get you 4 or 5 tickets. Get up in there. We did one already. I'm taking this to Lehio Center next month, around the first week in December. So he already won that. Jump in here, get you some tickets, and with an opportunity to win. Even if you're not a Bills fan, give it to somebody. So, just want to say I appreciate everybody. Couldn't do this without you. Enjoy the games.
Yep.
And
back.
There she goes.
Mona,
you got last words, Mona?
I just want to do a shout out to everybody, all the veterans out there. I say Happy Veterans Day, but I know that there are a lot of veterans out there who have went through more than anybody could even imagine. Happy Veterans Day to our veterans' families. I mean, they go through the ringer too. These guys go out overseas to war, and their loved ones at home, not knowing what's going on, what's happening. If they're safe. I had an ex-husband who was over in Iraq. Happy Veterans Day to him as well. My longtime ex-fiance, Vietnam, Korea. So, happy Veterans Day to all you guys. Heartfelt thanks for everything you've done, protecting my freedoms here at home. Most of my family have been in the military. My father in Korea. One of my uncles in World War I. Great uncle. One in World War II. Well, actually 2 in World War II. So, my Uncle Roger in Vietnam. So my Uncle Sam, Vietnam. So listen, when I tell you I appreciate you and God bless you guys, your families, I absolutely mean it from the bottom of my heart. So
no doubt. Shout out to some of our show affiliates, Ben Avila 915,
yep.
Steelers Fan Club, Mr. Da Vinci from the club, Michael Torres, my from Mountain Liquor Store, who does my bottles for me. Who else? The people with 3 Worlds Landscaping Company. We appreciate that. David Mata.
While you're talking, I'm going to play something.
Okay.
Go ahead. You can keep
talking. All of the show affiliates, 95 South Soul Food Restaurant. Make sure y'all go over there if you're in the El Paso area. You need some soul food, candy, yams, collard greens, cornbread. They even got oxtails over there. I had some. That's very delicious. You might want to try it. And peach cobbler. Peach cobbler is pretty delicious. That's my favorite dessert. Make sure you get with those people. We got some good people.
Blackberry cobbler, my favorite.
Yeah. Not too bad. So enjoy the games this week. And we will be back. Make sure y'all get your sheets in. Get your pick in. If you go to bed early,
get your sheets in before Sunday morning because we have a game in Germany. So
9:30 Eastern time. Don't wake up and don't have your sheet done and miss out on that game. You won't get credit for that. Okay. Y'all have a good one. Happy Veterans Day. See ya.
Count up. Count up. Count up. I'm talking 1 milli, 2 milli, 3 milli, 4 billy, 5 billy. I'm illy. Money bag after money bag, I'm the man now. Play the cards that I was dealt and I ain't need no handouts. Fresh on every set, give respect. Mama out of debt, got a new connect. We the best, homie run the check. Wifey got a new bag, new house. You mad? We just doing us, feeling wavy. Fuck a do-rag. This that no stress flow. Bobbing on my ex. You don't love cash, kiss my ass, baby XO. Thank you for that line, Mr. West, but I'm next though. Hey, you meet a sad bitch, I'm blessed, sipping XO. For the love of money, I stay fucking hungry. I parted ways with the kitchen, that just wasn't for me. Every show they love me, now I'm showing love back. They ain't taking nothing from me, so I throw a couple stacks. You win them in your town, have some fun, blow a bag. Fuck with me when I'm around, trust me, shorty, I'll be back. I've been on the come up, running to the ones go. Boy, I got that one up, hustle when the funds low. Sundown the sun up, all I want is the cash. Now homie, run me the stash, put the ones in the bag, now count up. Count up.